If you watch this video in its entirety, you are guaranteed to make more money because most people are chasing views. And I know you're not most people. You're like me. You are choosing vision. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how choosing vision led to an additional $18,000 in my business when I had less than 100 subscribers and less than 20 videos. This video is going to break down the 5 principles that led me there, but they're the same 5 principles that make me never feel burnt out or ever feel like I want to quit. Because most people who have a primary focus of having all the views, having all of the subscribers, those are the ones who quit, never make it past 100 subscribers, throw their hands up in the air and say, this YouTube thing just ain't working out. It's not for me. But it's the people who care so much about a topic that they can't stop talking about it, the people who have vision, the people who can really make a difference, make an impact, and know it deep down. Those are the ones who always succeed. So at the time of making this video, I have uploaded 100 videos. 55 of those videos are long form, 45 of those videos are shorts, and I've got 172 subscribers at the time of making this video, 13,000 lifetime views and 209 hours of watch time. So these metrics are not visually impressive, but it's because I wasn't focused on visually impressive metrics that led me to the additional $18,000 and then some inside of my business. So I'm going to share with you these 5 principles, but here's what I really want you to know. I want you to know that I didn't continue because I made the money. It's because I was already implementing these principles that the money came before I had a big channel. And I still don't have a big channel. So what are these 5 principles? And I've got my notes because I want to make sure I don't leave anything out. I want to make sure that I am giving you all of the details. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, you're going to know that it is about the nuances that really matter because there's a lot of how-to videos. There's a lot of what to do, but it's these nuances, these principles that help to support the strategy of growing your channel. So the first principle that I went into building this channel with is mastery over metrics. And I shared that with you. I did not come into building this channel trying to get all the views, trying to get all the subs. And I don't even like the word trying. The word trying is a back door. It lets you off the hook. I came into this with a level of mastery, looking to improve on speaking, developing my communication, being able to deliver thought processes and ideas in a clear fashion, delivering nuances in a way that you all can understand so you can grow your business and improve on your content. So I was never looking at how many subscribers I'm gaining, how many views I'm gaining. Now, I am not saying that I didn't check metrics, and I am not saying that we shouldn't want to have growth metrics. But what I am saying is that was not my focus. I operate on this 1% better every time. And if you've been here on my channel from the beginning, you already know that my audio was a little jacked up in the beginning, and I'm still making these subtle tweaks with each video. So with each video, I've gotten 1% better, whether it's in delivering my idea or helping you all understand a nuance better, improving my audio, making the lighting a bit better. There has been 1% improvement towards mastery of the craft of how I serve, how I help. So I realized that in order to get the metrics are a byproduct of mastery. And I see too many people out here looking to chase a metric, but never have mastered any component of their craft. And they're looking at what everybody else is doing, and they're like, oh, I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try this. And they've got shiny object syndrome, where everything looks appealing in order to get more subscribers, in order to get more views. And that really can take away sometimes from the quality. But if we can have a focus on mastering mastering our craft, mastering our communication, mastering our presence, mastering our level of beingness, mastering who we are becoming, then the metrics are a natural byproduct. And that is the biggest thing I want you to take away. So this all becomes long-term vision, because mastery is about long-term vision. Metrics is about short-term vision. And this is why people end up quitting, because they want to start a YouTube channel, and they do, so that they can leave their 9-to-5 job that they don't love. So they're running away from pain, and they're trying to do everything to get out of that pain, even things that might go against their values or go against their beliefs. And so I know if you're watching this, you care more about mastery. You care more about that long-term vision, because this is a part of your purpose. God has placed something on your heart that only you can do. You are here on an assignment. And so you have a long-term vision, and you're not short-sighted. So metrics is short-term, mastery is long-term. And the people who quit are always the ones who are focused on metrics over mastery. But you are not most people. So I know that you are mastery over metrics. Principle number 2 is create from passion, not pressure. I didn't feel any pressure to get 1,000 subscribers so that my channel could be monetized, or get 4,000 watch hours as fast as possible, because I came in here with a level of consciousness around the areas of my expertise that I'm going to master when it comes to my communication, when it comes to my delivery. So I didn't feel any pressure. Here's what's interesting. There were so many videos that were saying how you can get 4,000 watch hours with only 3 videos. Or other videos saying how you can get your channel monetized and have your 1,000 subs in just 7 days. Now, all of those videos can apply a lot of pressure and make you feel like you got to hurry up. And the world will make you feel like you're failing if you're not keeping up with these metrics. But it's trying to keep up with those metrics that often derail you and often make you want to quit, because you're not achieving fast enough. You're not reaching a certain status. And it's those metrics, if you keep quote unquote falling short of these metrics, then you're going to think it's not working. But it's because you were running the wrong race. You want to be on a mastery track, not a metrics track. And understand that once you're in mastery, metrics come. And once you're creating from passion, then you never have to falter and crumble under pressure. And this is so essential. Here's what I find so interesting. I love strawberries. And when I'm in the store, I'm always looking to see the strawberry pack that has most of the red at the top. Drop in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. And what that indicates is when you have force grown a strawberry, there's a lot of white at the top, letting you know that it has been force grown. And guess what's wrong with that strawberry? It don't taste good. It doesn't taste like anything. And so I'm consistently looking at the pack that has the most red around the rim, letting me know that this has had the most natural process. When you are growing your channel under pressure, people who taste your channel are going to feel like maybe it's a little bit bland. They're going to feel a force. It's going to feel like you want something from them rather than you showing up to serve. Social media is not a platform for you to get something from. It's a platform for you to give something to. So if you are applying all of this pressure on yourself for metrics, then that means that you are a force-grown strawberry and you're not going to taste as good, which means there's not much for your audience to absorb. It's bland tasting. They're going to go somewhere else. They're going to pick up another pack of strawberry. They're going to go search someone else who they can feel resonance with. So this isn't to say that I don't want to be monetized. I don't want you all to get the wrong idea. It's not to say that I don't want to be monetized or that, I don't want subscribers. This is really boiling down to the fact that those things just are not the primary focus. They're not as important. They're not really important at all. Because what is important is the things that lead me there. And so one of the things that really creates a lot of pressure isn't just watching other people's videos and seeing how someone did it in less than 48 hours. They have all the subs and all the views, or how someone did it in a week. My question is, they might have the numbers, but is there any substance there? So you've grown a strawberry, but does it taste good? So is there any substance behind that channel? Just because you have this outward facing metrics that are more visually appealing to others, do you have substance? Are people actually staying? Are you continuing to build a community? Are people genuinely learning from you? Or are you just trying to keep up with the world? This pressure comes from the world, WORLD. The pressure will never come from the word, WORD, which is God's word. The L in there in world is always lying to you. But God's word has no L. It is truth. And God will never apply pressure. Now, he doesn't tell us to be lazy and do nothing. But he doesn't apply any pressure. I was looking up in my Bible, and I want to read to you Hebrews chapter 6, verse 12. That ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises. And just 3 verses down, Hebrews chapter 6, verse 15. And so, after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. God is saying there is no pressure. Don't be lazy, but there's no pressure. When you diligently do the work, when you are becoming, when you are optimizing your potential, optimizing the gifts that God has given you, then you don't have to feel any pressure. You're not going to succumb to the world. You're going to be able to stand firm and strong in what you bring to the table and how you bring it to the table. So that was number 2 principle, which is create from passion, not pressure. Number 3 principle is business mirrors being. Ooh, this is good. This is a really good one. So this is something that I've understood for many, many years. And this is honestly the entire reason why my business is created, is because there was a point where I was knowing everything I needed to do in my business. And if you are new to my channel, I've been in the online business world since 2014. This is my 3rd business. I've had 2 other businesses prior. I had a monetized YouTube channel in the fitness space, in the rehab space. I used to create rehab and exercise programs for older adults. I've authored a book in the fitness area. I've done some other things. And then I ventured into a network marketing company and hit a really pivotal rank inside of that company. And all of that have led me into coaching. And so there was a point where I knew what to do, but the results weren't happening. And I used to wonder, I'm doing everything. I'm smart. I'm a high achiever. I take a lot of action. Why aren't things working out for me the way I see it working out for other people? That's when I really understood that success and making more money isn't actually always practical. Actually, it's not practical. It's not as practical as we think it is. It has so much to do with how we operate. Business will showcase your weaknesses. It will showcase the areas where you are most vulnerable. It takes something to put your ideas online. It takes something to speak to a camera, to speak in front of a live audience, to speak in front of a recording that will be displayed later. It takes something to show up and put yourself out there, make yourself vulnerable. People are watching you. You don't know where they're watching you from. They could be watching you in Canada, UK, Ghana, India, Europe. They could be watching you from all over the world and you don't know who's watching you. But what you can feel is vulnerable. What you can feel is that you've opened yourself up to receive potential rejection from people, telling you that you're wrong, telling you that you don't know what you're talking about, criticizing you, saying all these things about you. And so business will expose your beingness. So business mirrors being. Being is your values. It's your beliefs. It's your emotional awareness. It's how much you really know yourself. Because it isn't just knowing and learning what to do. We as humans have to operate in business. And this is why I really believe that there are a lot of people who aren't seeing the success that they want to see, because it's easy to learn what to do. But like I said, this is why my business exists, is because I deeply care and deeply believe that it is in the nuances that things matter. And if you look at any one of my videos, it is not just what to do, but I also add in a lot of nuances. Just like this video here, for example, there are a lot of nuances, because I can come on and say, okay, record one video a week, record one short a week, record, 8 minutes. Don't go past 8 minutes. I can give you the strategy, but the strategy is different for a lot of people. And the actual nuances, well, can you hold an audience's attention for more than 8 minutes? Can you hold an audience's attention for more than 3 minutes? Can you speak for 3 minutes? Like, all of those things matter. But if you understand that business mirrors being, now you're going to know what areas of your beingness you've got to work on. Are you still feeling shy? Are you still feeling like you're like you're shrinking anytime there's a camera turned on? So these are all of the things. Like, how are you wired? How do you naturally operate when there's attention on you? Are you open to receiving money? Are you open to someone telling you, hey, I think you're wrong? Are you strong enough or emotionally grounded and rooted enough in what you believe that it don't matter what other people say? Right? And so a principle that I have run my business through is business mirrors being. So if there's something that seems to not be working or something that seems to be a bit off, I automatically look at my beingness first. I also look at business. Is there something in business with the structure? But I always start with me. Is there procrastination? Is there shrinking? Is there hiding? These are all the things. And so when I teach my clients the content legacy method, this all incorporates beingness. So my clients learn to make better content. They learn to show up. They learn to be bold. They learn to be courageous. But it's all because of their beingness. So they learn strategy, but they also learn deep layers of embodiment. And this is all a representation of who you are and really how you're showing up. So when I discovered that it was beingness that really mattered, that's when I said to myself, this channel isn't going to be a race for metrics. This channel is a race for mastery, my own self-mastery, my own leadership. How am I consistently showing up? I've consistently been producing one long-form video a week and every other week a short-form video. It's like I said, I've got 55 long-form videos. I post every single Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm not looking at, oh man, people didn't like that one. Oh man, those views are low. Because here's the really cool thing though, is that I've had some videos that didn't take off until 7 days after they were posted. But if I was chasing metrics, if I was feeling pressure, if I was just worried about what other people thought about me, then I might have taken that video down. And that actually happened to one of my videos that is the top performing video on my channel right now, which is why people don't buy. I will post that down in the description box for you to watch after this. But your internal state will reflect your external world. It's always like that, will always be like that, won't ever change. So you've got to get real clear your values, your belief, your wiring, your emotional awareness. How are you feeling about you? Where do you get your identity from? Things really shifted. My internal being really shifted when I truly adopted and have continued to refine my identity in the Lord. My identity in Christ has shifted and it's impacted my business in a way that I didn't even know was possible. It's one thing to gain success, and see levels of success and make money without God being in the picture. But when you do it and God's in the picture and you know that your identity is coming from Him, there is something about that taste of success. It hits different. It hits way different. So if you have to keep chasing the trends, that is actually a sign that there is a part of your beingness that isn't grounded. Because what's happening is you are allowing external things to shift you internally. So imagine you are a statue. If something comes, if the wind blows and your statue bends, then that means that there is something about you that's not internally grounded. It's difficult to build a solid business if you are not firm, if you are not rooted in your beliefs, in your identity in the Lord. Because that means that anytime someone says something, you're bending. Anytime you think the world is telling you you're not doing a good job, or the world is throwing hate, or the world is saying you're not moving fast enough, or the world is telling you, and you keep bending and dodging, that means that there's a blip in your anchor. There's something you're not anchored in. You're holding beliefs that don't serve you. And so, yes, all of this from a YouTube channel, all of this from business, all of this from creating content. And so business mirrors beingness. So if there's something in your business that you are seeing that you don't like, that is a mirror reflection of yourself. But if you come into business trying to make the business work, trying to make the YouTube channel work, but you don't ever look at yourself, you're going to be chasing. It's going to feel like there's a gap that you need to keep filling. Like there's this empty void between you and your audience, you and your content. And that chase is where people quit, because they're like, this isn't working. They keep feeling defeated with every video. 1 view, 0 subscribers. 1 view, 0 subscribers. If that's happening video after video, you're not going to make it. And this is why it's so important to live by these principles when it comes to your business and your content, because this creates longevity. My dad always said, business is not for the swiftest. It's for those who have endurance. And that has shaped me. He said that when I first started my business back in 2014. And it was that seed that he planted in me that also set my sight on mastery over metrics. It's my 3rd business. It's my journey of entrepreneurship over time. There's so many things that could have taken me out, business-wise, even personally, that could have taken me out. But because I'm committed to mastery over metrics, because I build with passion, not pressure, and because I understand that business mirrors being, I can't be taken out. I can't be taken out. There's nothing that can take me out unless the good Lord takes me out. But I can't be taken out, because what is happening around me is nothing compared to what's happening in me, because He's happening in me. He's what makes us come alive. I'm sweating right now just thinking about this, because I want you to see the success, make the money that you want to make. But these principles matter. Number 4, presence before performance. This is big. There are a lot of people who start a YouTube channel, start creating videos because they want to say, look at me. They want to show people what they've done. They want to prove themselves. But remember, social media is not a place for you to get something from. It's a place for you to give something to. And your audience doesn't care about how good you are. Their only question is, can you serve me? Can you help me? So if your audience is feeling a performative nature, if they're feeling like you got something to prove and you're only here to prove something about you, to talk about you in a way that makes you look good, they can't feel your presence. They feel your performance. And there is no presence in that. You know, there's some people that you really enjoy listening to if they sing. You've been to a concert. Sometimes I don't even hear the words that they're saying, but I feel the presence of them as a I feel the presence of them as a performer, but I don't feel their performance. I don't think they're trying to make themselves look like anything. I feel their presence of the performance. They're not attempting to make me think something of them. And if you're creating content to make someone think something of you, that means that there's an insecurity in you. You're trying to fill a void and hoping that you creating these videos fills that void. It's like an interesting relationship. It's like a relationship where you hope that other person fills all the stuff that you got going on inside. You hope that they fill it. You're hoping that your audience makes you feel good and validates you. If that's why you have created your channel, and let me say this, you may not know that that is happening, but this goes back to business mirrors being. Because if you have things inside of you, if you are feeling not good enough, if you're feeling like you're always comparing yourself to other people, if you're feeling like what you have to say isn't of value, if that's the way that you're feeling, then you're going to look for your audience for validation. You're going to keep checking metrics, hoping someone likes it, hoping someone comments. And when that doesn't happen, you're like, oh, you feel defeated. Can you imagine feeling defeated after you post every video because you didn't get the engagement that you were hoping for? You're not going to make it. It's going to be a tough road. You're going to get knocked down. You're not going to learn how to take punches. There's so much refinement that happens in our beingness when things don't go our way, when we don't get the metrics fast enough, when we make a video and no one watches it, no one likes it, when someone leaves a negative comment, when someone criticizes us, when we get our first hater online. There's so much to be learned in those moments, way more than success. Something that I realized is when I invest in coaches, I like to invest in coaches that have a story of a little bit of a hardship, even maybe even a lot of a hardship. But my mentors right now have all been through some hardships. And it's through their level of insight from the hardship that allows me to be a little faster on my journey, because they can see around the corners, just like I see around the corners of my clients, because this is my third business venture. Both my other businesses were successful, but they were not my mission. They were not my purpose. It's not what God wanted me to do. But what it did do was it refined my coaching skills. It refined my sales skills. It refined my content along the way. It refined my voice. This business now is built with the Lord. It's a different kind of business. I'm on a different mission, a different assignment. There's deep purpose here. And so I look to invest with people who have had that hardship because they don't have anything to prove. They're not performing. I feel their presence. So this is a really important principle to understand and check in with yourself. Do you have this performative nature because you want someone to think something about you? Or are you just showing up with your God-given authority and just speaking to the people that you're meant to serve? So how I prepare also, I prepare my content with a level of presence and not performance. And what I mean by that is I don't structure my outlines or my notes to think, okay, well, if I say this, I'll look good. And then somebody will make a, like somebody will want to click on my link or buy from me. I don't ever think that. I think, let me prepare this so it lands well. Did I connect this idea and this idea? Did I bring this to the forefront? Will someone be served by this? Can someone take something from this and get a result, feel inspired, go make a shift, have a transformation in their own business, in their own life? That's what I'm thinking. This has nothing to do with how I look. And it's why I've actually never talked about money wins on my channel very often. And the title of this video doesn't even have money in it. I will likely make another video very much like breaking down how that actually happened, because I do think it's important for you all to see that. But I'm not going to share that without giving you these principles. These principles matter because there's a lot of people that can tell you how to make the money logistically. But then who do you need to be as a human being creating the content, doing the things? That's what this video is about. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe so you can be here when that video comes out. I don't know when I'll make it, but I will make it. So you want to be embodied in your message. That is how you have presence. Embodiment means you are a representation of your message. You are not just speaking words. You are living these words. I live these principles I'm sharing with you. And we're on number 4. We're about to get to the 5th one here in a second. I live these principles. I don't just speak it. I'm not just telling you to do this. These principles work for anyone and everyone. They're tried and true. The people who have sustainable businesses live by principles. This is why they're never chasing trends, or they never have to hop on the latest trend to be seen, because they go by principles and they see the long game. Trends are short term. I remember when I used to wear these bell-bottom jeans, I think I was in high school, and my mom used to say to me, I used to wear those. I'm like, okay. And you realize trends recycle, but eventually it goes out of style. And then it comes back, and then it goes out of style, and then it comes back. So it's so essential for you to have that level of embodiment within your leadership, so you're not worried about trends. You're not a statue that's just looking for a trend and, bending and swaying with the new trend that's coming in. That's not what grows a channel. You want to be embodied, okay? Number 5 principle. You ready? Groundedness over the grind. I remember when everything was all about the grind. Grind means to wear down. I don't want to be worn down. I don't want to be on a grind. I'm grounded. God tells us to be like a tree. What is a tree? A tree is rooted. Why? Because it's grounded, not because it's grinding. I even have this sign up here that says hustle is crossed out. It's about alignment. Now, I think hustle has gotten a negative connotation online. I have a hoodie that says hustle with heart. If I'm gonna hustle, it's gonna be aligned hustle in God's lane. It's not gonna be anything of this world, because we are in this world, but we are not of this world. And so you want to be grounded. You want to be grounded in a way where you're not moved if the metric doesn't do the thing you want it to do. You are grounded in knowing that you've got the long-term vision. And so you stay grounded when you also pick the way that you are going to consistently publish. I publish 1 video a week, 1 long-form video a week. My videos are in-depth, detailed, nuanced. And so I've got a day where I outline. I've got a day where I kind of sit with it, get into the presence of it. And I have a recording day. And that allows me to stay grounded. I'm not just slapping this video up together, because then that would completely defy my other principle, which is mastery. So I'm taking the time to prepare to serve all of you. Can you imagine if you came over, if I invited you over for a 5-course meal and things were all slapped together and you were like, what is this presentation? It was horrible. You wouldn't even want to eat it because of how it was positioned, how it was packaged, how it was presented. Doesn't something that looks visually appealing on your plate make you want to eat it more? Right? Why do 5-star restaurants plate it? Like, the word plated is a whole thing. What's his name? Gordon Ramsay? If something was a little bit off, he would throw the whole thing out. I didn't like the way he talked to people, but you get my point. It was about the presentation, because he knew how much that mattered. He knew that presentation is what pulls people in. So I take the time to prepare in groundedness, because I'm rooted in what I'm sharing with you. It's not theory. This is from experience and real client results and my own. But there's no grind. I don't got to rush anywhere. I don't got to hustle anywhere. And if I'm hustling and rushing and grinding, your audience can feel that. You're going to be able to feel that. But I know you guys can feel I'm grounded. I don't have anything to prove. So pick your day that is going to give you enough time to properly prepare to serve your audience. And I want you to understand that if you're feeling yourself falling into a grind where you're trying to keep up, that's the thing that's going to burn you out. Grinding burns you out because grinding wears you down. And you can never make the money you want to make by being ground down or grinded down. I'm looking at a tree outside, blowing in the wind right now. As you get grounded, your tree can go up higher. So the more rooted you are, the more grounded you are, the more your tree is going to be able to grow higher, which means it's going to be able to withstand the wind and it's going to bear really juicy fruit. It's going to bear a crisp apple. It's going to have fruit that's shiny, fruit that tastes real good, not fruit that's bland. So you want to be grounded. We don't ever see a tree grind. We see a tree grounded. So when we're grinding, we also have a lot of anxiety. If you're dealing with anxiety and overwhelm, it's likely because you are grinding. And it's that grinding that's wearing you down and making you feel like you can't keep up. But when you are grounded, that anxiety goes away. That overwhelm goes away. That's one way that you can check. So grounded is really how you also remain consistent. These are all of the principles. These are the 5 principles that I have deployed in growing my channel. These are the 5 principles that help me to never feel burnt out, to never feel like I want to quit, to never feel like I'm going to throw in the towel. Because there's so much to say and there's so many people to serve. And I care about making a difference. And I know you care about that too. So deploy these principles. Drop in the comments and let me know which one of these principles, or if not all of them, are you going to deploy first into your business? And if you all are looking to improve on your content, I have a 7 content traps free masterclass that you can click on down below in the description box. It's going to take you through the 7 content traps that is blocking you from making consistent sales. And I will make another video going over the logistics of how I made that $18,000 with less than 100 subscribers and less than 20 videos. I trust that this video served you and blessed you. Share it with another YouTube friend or business bestie, and I will see you all in another video. Bye.